Oh God, I'm stressing right now.
I know you are.
I'm really stressing over
What's
this.
the worst that can happen?
Oh my God. I don't know. Let's see.
What do you expect? Don't say what you expect, but like
I don't know.
Okay, we're starting. Okay.
Ready whenever you are.
Are you ready?
No.
Okay.
But let's do it anyway.
Let's talk. Okay, and we're going to talk about Pushing Daisies still.
Woo!
Season 2, Episode 8, Comfort Food.
Comfort food. I'm comforted.
No, you're not.
By nothing.
A lot happened.
A lot happened. So what all did happen?
So let's start back with the past.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
I kind of love this because you were like, wait, can we just get to the thing?
Right. Well, we end on a cliffhanger. We end on a hell of a cliffhanger. And then they're like, so 20 years ago.
And you're like, I don't care.
Thank you. I knew you were going to do it. But, like, you didn't have to do it. And here we are. So, yeah, what happened? What happened 20 years ago?
I know you don't care, but...
Yeah, well, maybe we should share with the class.
Young Ned is 9 years, 9 months, 15 days,
We're just in the past. It's fine.
You don't care.
Awakened by
I know you don't care.
induced and comfort for Ned meant pie. The risks were great, but young Ned rationalized his ray in the dark of night with all the evidence ingested.
We
He
gotta
was
clean it
caught
up.
in flagrant, awakened an entire class who had but one thing in common. They were all far from home and needed comfort. The long...
Fun times.
Fun times.
You're not okay, are you?
I mean, this is fun.
Until the party stopped.
How do you know it's Ned's fault?
And young Ned learned that even a forkful of immediate gratification can lead to a world of grave consequences. A lesson to be learned again
that seems
years
relevant
later
right
at
now.
the grave of currently dead.
So young Ned is upset and can't sleep, so he decides I'm going to make a pie. And then some of the other boys kind of come in and they also want to be comforted, so then we make more pies and it becomes a party.
Yay.
And then he gets caught.
Oh, but it was fun because it felt like, you know, I mean, he seemed like he was more so just like serving the other kids and like having a good time. But there was a form of camaraderie there. Right?
I think it's like there's like comfort, but there's always a consequence to your actions. Mm-hmm. Which I guess like some people have to deal with the consequence of their actions in this episode.
Weird.
Seems
like that's the theme of some sort.
Yes. Okay. To the cemetery.
To the cemetery. Oh.
We need to find out.
I'm ready, I think.
No, you ain't.
Yes, Biggie.
I've budgeted every second. I won't spill.
That's not enough seconds.
Remember, it's
to
been like
travel
20 years.
60.
Yeah.
We need to fact-find about Dwight. I don't know what I was thinking.
You were thinking that you were trying to protect us from a mysterious, potentially dangerous man. Go first. I'm going to hit you with the shovel.
Hit me with the shovel, please, is what I would say.
No, we did. Hello. So we wake up Charles, and as you remember, he's been dead for 20 years. So
he looks like he has been chilling in the ground for 20 years. Not super pretty.
Well, first is like an argument about whoever gets to talk first, because each of them get 30 seconds.
Right, because there's like two purposes to this event. Like one is, you know, need to find more information out about this Dwight guy. Why do I keep forgetting his name? I always think I have it wrong. One is finding more information about this Dwight guy, and the other is like doing the formal goodbye that Chuck never got to have. So it's like you have to fit both of those things within 60 seconds. And
I'm sure it turns out fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Great.
Hi, it's me, Charlotte. You've been dead for 20 years.
Is Dwight Dixon a dangerous man?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. He stole Chuck's. I still call your daughter Chuck still, like when I was 9.
15.
No, I was...
Well, if he's got the watch, you got nothing to worry about. The threat's his insurance policy. Now, you don't say nothing, he'll return the favor.
Great.
Good to know. You're up.
The pie maker's gift of life.
So we decided that Ned goes first, and we asked if he's dangerous, and
well, it's funny. Well, first when they Charles comes back, he's like pretty chill about the whole thing. He's like, hey guys, hey. I was like, oh,
he is.
Aw.
But
he seems like just like a good dude.
Yeah.
He seems like just like a solid kind of dude. Which is funny. It's kind of a funny first impression.
But basically Charles says like he is dangerous, but really he's only after the watches for like I think for an insurance thing.
Yeah, like right.
I don't know.
He's like it's dangerous. Oh yeah. He's like, oh no, it's only a insurance thing.
Well, basically,
like,
it's
okay.
the dangers of like they keep the watches and they like talk about it. But basically, Charles says like, look, if you just like let him have the watches and don't say anything, you'll be fine.
Right.
So it's like okay, so we just like maybe let him have the watches and don't say anything, or who knows? And then we cut to Ned leaving the grave, so then Chuck can have her 30 seconds, and then
Gully shared with the Chuck of his life. To
Stop
give her
looking!
but
Start
half a
talking!
minute, to catch up on
No,
a
TV minute.
lifetime with a
see, we're fine.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Aww.
Oh.
Ned?
We go back and Ned has made a thingy so that him and Chuck can sleep in the same bed and not touch each other.
Yeah.
And it's like a double thing. So we realize everything's fine.
So yeah, well, it's
I'm like, what were we thinking?
Like okay, like during this time I was thinking like I'm really stressed out about this. Like I am because life because a little too much here. But like no, so yeah, I was stressed about this whole thing. It's like well, they just like asked like the plot relevant questions and then they cut away. And at first it's like, oh, like it seems like, I don't know, like respectful to like cut away and like having that not being shown, like disregarding later events, but like in the moment watching it, it's like cutting away, not that being shown. And then just immediately cutting away from that and then going back to like, you know, sometime in the future there. It's like, it was like, oh, fine. Like, I don't know why that took a lot of the stress out of it for me, because like not having to watch that part was like fine. But like it's because then it gives the impression like, oh, everything's good. Okay, we're good. We can like
We
take
did
a deep
it.
breath.
See, it's fine.
We can exhale now. Then we inhaled right back very shortly after. But no, so like that was fine. Like and it turned out it felt in that moment a little less like climactic than like the expectation was, and that was fine with me. Like that was actually like I was weirdly fine with that at first. Yeah. But no, so like that's how I felt in that moment.
Let's cut to Vivian, who's waiting for Dwight for a date, but he hasn't shown up for some reason. We'll get to it.
Vivian waited for Dwight Dixon, gentleman caller, unaware her sister
Dwight Dixon,
Lily
gentleman
chased
caller?
him off their front porch hours earlier. Sister Lily would make certain Dwight Dixon, gentleman caller, would never call again.
She's doing that cheese stick wrong.
Just it's fine. Yeah. She's got bigger things to
It's
worry
like
about.
you look at the video, like the picture of the Kit Kat where something's like bit into it.
When I was conceived in sweat and sawdust of a traveling carnival, my mother was an acrobat named...
You go, Lily.
But then also Lily's at his hotel, like waiting for him.
Yeah.
To kind of confront him, and then there's like a sort of dream sequence where she does, and then just like shoots him.
She has like that imagination spot where she imagines him coming in, and then there's about to be like a quick draw, and she draws first and kills him, but that is not actually the case. And it's interesting because the transition is between like that and like how reality is like for a show that has like very grandiose transition sometimes there was like no transition to this, and I thought that I don't know why that stood out to me, but like it just like the way that the lines are blurred between like expectation and reality was really interesting there because there was almost no line.
But anyway, so she leaves him a note saying like, I got it, you want it, meet me here.
Meet me at the cemetery.
Yes. And we then cut to back to the pie hole, and Ned kind of wants to have like an emotional snow day.
I'm declaring it an emotional snow day.
Huh? Look,
Can we have one of those for the year?
You and all of
Yeah,
you
really,
got
I
to
need
go
one.
last year.
I chose not to go last year. I was busy.
Well, believe me, I feel plenty whelmed, but not overly.
Overly is on its way. Probably looking in the window right now. You had to say hello again and goodbye again to your dad in 30 seconds.
I guess I just chose to look at it like it was 30 more seconds than I was supposed to have.
You need an emotional snow day for me? Is this weird now? Are we weird now because I did it with your dad?
No, we're not weird. I've never been so in love with you, but... And today It's gonna be a happy ending. Come on, go to the cook-off. Olive will love you for it.
Hooray! But there's a cook-off going on, a comfort
Yes.
food cook-off going on, which Olive is going to, or like wants to,
Yeah, she wants to do because they did it like 2 years ago, but not the year prior.
because Chuck had just come back.
Yeah.
I think. But then Chuck's like, no, like you should go, and like I kind of need like an emotional snow day, maybe something.
Yeah, right. Because she's like, I need a break from. She doesn't say she needs a break from him, but like kind of sort of implies.
Something.
Yeah, because Chuck is making it obvious that there's like she's having a lot of feelings about things, and she wants to talk about it, but she can't talk about it at the moment.
Yes.
So Ned is like, yo, you gotta talk about that, and she's like, yes, but not now. I'll explain later. Later.
Let's go to the cook-off first.
Isn't it good to be back again? Just you and me, shoulder to shoulder, eye to eye. Decorative hats,
We're baking pie, Olive.
just pie. Damn great pie. This is our year. We're in such a better place than we were 2 years ago.
It seems like
I,
a
for one,
great
am no longer
cook-off that I would
encumbered
want to go
with the
to.
tension
I would
of a
definitely
sexual
wanna go
nature
to
towards
this.
you.
And gain 10
Focused.
pounds.
Yes.
We should have won last time. Would have won.
When you say buffalo, do you mean the noble breed of bison lost forever to settlers' greed, or the upstate New York hamlet still thirsting for Super Bowl glory?
I mean that big phony whipping up those crap muffins over there.
He and the buffalo are the teams to beat. The Colonel's been best in belly blue ribbon winner 15 years running, but there's an empty winner's plate waiting to be loaded.
With damn great pie.
As event coordinator, I'm not allowed
Why are
to
there
say
vegetables
this,
at this cook-off?
I'm rooting for you.
Why not?
Thank you. Oh, he's a
Do you find comfort in
dreamboat.
vegetables or carbohydrates?
Well, tugboat.
What?
Do
Still.
you find comfort in
Set up
vegetables or
partner.
carbohydrates?
Yes.
See that you came back after taking a year off to lick your wounds and hide in the dank shadows of humiliating defeat. And you were so close.
Yeah, mysterious. It's as if someone deliberately sabotaged our oven, Cheater McGee.
As I present more award-winning muffins to the judges. And you remember now,
Yay, cook off.
We go to the comfort food cook-off, which sounds like the best,
It sounds like a lot of fun, and I would like to be a judge.
and gain 10 pounds real quick.
Yeah.
No, you know what would be fun if it just like there was like a competition, but also you could just like go around and eat food.
Yeah, just like if they have little samplers, just like a little fork and just like a little sampler, just so you can enjoy everything. But like,
And everybody has like fun costumes, and like Ned's got a fun hat.
yeah, Ned is like being very colorful for one of the few times that he's
Yeah.
colorful. It's great.
But they kind of have a Olive's kind of does not like the Marianne Marie Beadle, who's owns the Muffin Buffalo,
Muffin Buffalo.
where they make muffins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So they kind of a few because she thinks that I think Olive thinks like she sabotaged them the last time they were there.
Yeah.
But she kind of comes off as very passive aggressive. Mm-hmm. And then also we meet Leo Burns, who's the coordinator,
Yes.
and is a big fan of the pie hole. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's a judge. So I don't think it matters, but it's still nice.
Well, I think he can't technically play favorites because of his position in the competition, but yeah, it's whatever.
working awful hard for a disappointment over there.
I'm going to win that blue ribbon, wrap it around her neck, and strangle her with it.
Olive, you're baking with hate.
I'll shut your pie hole good.
Bring it, Stale Cakes. We're going to win. Please, sucker.
So then Olive and Ned are like cooking a bit, and Olive's getting very like competitive. I love it how she's like very like straight faced. I'm gonna take this blue ribbon, wrap it around her neck, and strangle her.
So yes, competitive Olive is very good Olive.
And they're like throwing jabs at each other, and suddenly we hear like a curdling scream.
Yeah, and that's fine. That doesn't mean anything bad has happened.
Is it? Has it? Is it?
Are you telling me something bad happened?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm gonna win.
My husband, the colonel, is dead.
Well. Oh.
He's not just dead. He's extra crispy.
He's got a Kentucky Fried face.
That's the CSI line. So a woman like comes out of the Colonel Lickin's chicken booth.
Colonel Lickin's Chickens. In no way reference to any real life franchise. Anyway.
Wendy's?
Correct. Good work.
But she's kind of like, and like the Colonel's kind of like this big like he was won the competition for a while because fried chicken is probably with all those herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices.
Yep. But she screams that he's dead, and apparently he fell into the boiling vat of oil. And then Ned does a CSI line where he just like pulls him up, and he's like, he's not just dead, he's extra crispy.
Maybe not the time and place, Ned.
I know. I'm just like, Ned, why?
It's Neddington. This is
So,
a little fresh.
Let's, before we go into the rest of that, let's go to Chuck.
Oh, are we going to Chuck?
Yes.
Are we going to figure out, like, what she's up to?
Yes.
Oh.
And toward Chuck, wondering what she could possibly be afraid to tell him.
Hi, Dad.
So, Chuck goes to Ned's old house, and we find out that, oh my god, Chuck's father's alive. Again, still.
Yeah, somehow, Mr. Charles evaded, death for the second time. How did that happen? How did that happen?
The secret Chuck was keeping from the pie maker was born the night before.
Hello again. I know I don't look like the Charlotte that you remember, but...
Oh, you're the Charlotte I remember, all right.
Yes. Son of a bitch, now I'm eating into my love you time.
It's my birthday.
Not today, but it was gonna be.
And I died.
Yeah, I never got a chance to give it to you, but now I can. So I guess it kind of is your birthday. Should I put on my glove? When Ned touches you, you play dead.
The pie maker gave every second he could give.
I'm gonna be back to dig you up in an hour.
You okay?
Oh, honey.
Where's your anxiety?
Oh.
It didn't feel like 20 years.
What did it feel like? It didn't feel like 20 years.
Gliding.
Your anxiety's like...
Holding your breath.
Oh, man. Oh, this
Being able
is...
to
No.
breathe and just
No.
Gliding. You, me, here again in the here and now, and we belong in the hereafter. This is when did death get a loophole?
Since Ned, your dreams, they're gonna be so vivid now.
Oh, you don't want Nedley Deadly to know that my bucket's still kicking. Why? There a catch?
Yes.
Yes.
What? You tell me what that catch is, Button?
I will tonight, I promise.
As Chuck's plan was percolating, private investigator Emerson Codd...
Everything's up.
Do you need comfort food? Yeah, I do.
Well, so then we see like the conversation. It's like very like sweet, and she gives him the wallet that she made from when she was 8, like for his birthday when she was 8.
Yeah.
And it's like it's very sweet thing. And then like as the time's going up, Chuck just like stops thinking for a second.
She doesn't take time to consider the consequences of the actions that she is about to do.
So then she puts her glove onto her father's hand.
Yes.
And just says like, stay here, like play dead, and then I'm gonna come and dig you up in an hour.
Yeah.
So then we do that.
So yeah. So like it happens.
Are you shocked?
I think I was more stressed than anything. I'm not sure if if shock. I was just like, oh God, we went there. I didn't want us to go. I didn't want us to go there.
Well, I think like
we went there.
I guess like when I was watching this episode and like the first time, and I was like seeing this stuff happen, and then I like was like thinking like this was a possibility, and then when I saw it, I'm like, well, what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, right. But man, didn't I?
Nope.
No. It was one of those things that I was afraid of that happening.
Yeah, because then also like there's like this because like the consequence is that he's been alive for longer than a minute and somebody else is dead, technically by Ned, and he doesn't know it, and that kind of puts more stuff onto Ned, who does not need it.
Who does not deserve it.
No, he doesn't deserve any of this.
No. And Chuck is feeling big guilty about it.
As she's probably like, I love Chuck, but as she should.
Yeah, no, she done messed up.
Like, I understand it, but like, I mean, like, clearly she wasn't thinking. She was thinking with like her heart and not with her head.
Yeah.
And not really thinking. I don't think she's really thinking about Ned at that point, but like.
No, but that ends up being what she's most upset about. is the things that she did to him rather than a random person.
I guess like I do kind of like how like she is like kind of trying to rationalize it, but like it's also like anxiety induced rationalization and like I guess like I don't know if it was like I was worried like she'd be like thinking like, well, Ned already killed him one time, it's like now it's kind of like bringing it back, but like she doesn't even like do that. She's kind of like like I screwed up and like I'm
she takes kind of ownership of that.
So she goes to Emerson, who just wants to have a nice day.
Soon proved
Poor
to
Ned.
be anything but smooth or clean.
Because you know somebody's dead now.
Please help me.
What's the part about your gloves again?
I've used Ned. Now my dad's alive because of my impulse control issues, and now somebody else is dead. You're not mad at me?
Hell yeah, I'm mad. I'm steam furious, red hot, and don't think I ain't gonna yell at you later.
For now, we should just put our heads together and try to figure out what to do.
Good, Emerson.
He just wants to have a nice...
Drink some coffee.
Just quiet day.
But that doesn't happen.
That's not happening at all.
Because she comes in and explains what happened. And at first, like, Emerson's like, it's funny, because Emerson's like trying to be nice, like, be like nice and chill, but she's like, I'm gonna yell at you later, but
because Emerson's approach here is I feel like is a very father-like approach in that I understand that you're under a lot of duress right now, so I'm going to speak to you calmly, but I am so goddamn pissed at you. And so it's kind of funny that we see that part of Emerson, especially in this context. So I thought that was pretty funny.
So the big thing now is like we gotta find this like dead body.
Yeah, we gotta figure out who kicked it.
But like, and then Chuck's even like trying to like rationalize, saying like, what if nobody was like in like a great distance? Like maybe it didn't happen, and Emerson's like, that's not how this works.
Right.
So no, somebody's dead, and we gotta go find them. So that's what they're doing. It's kind of funny. Like this episode has like Chuck and Emerson hanging out, and then Olive and Ned hanging out.
Yeah.
So then we cut back to the comfort food festival, and the Colonel's wife thinks like he died of like one of his many heart attacks.
I always knew one of his many massive heart attacks would do him in.
At least the Colonel left.
Surely it didn't. My husband was a fat frying savant. He kept that recipe stored in his head. If only I could have him back for 1 minute.
How? Her husband's dead. What are you gonna do? Haul him back to life and say, Colonel, what's your recipe?
Distract the paramedics long enough for me to examine the workstation.
Ned and Al solve no crime.
Olive is the best. I thought it was gonna be one of his many heart attacks.
That was she had like a very like southern accent.
She
was like, I knew it was one of his many heart attacks that would have killed him. I don't know, 'cause I feel like there's like a difference between like some like redneck southern and then like posh southern.
Oh yeah.
So
there's
kind of like
between
posh.
like the Southern Belle and like the.
She's kind of like a Southern Belle.
Yeah.
I guess like also it's like but yeah. So she's like very upset, and also like we don't know where the rest of like the recipe is, because she's like he stored it in his head. So, but then Ned's kind of like has a thing of like I could be a detective and like
right, like he kind of sees that he's able to do some good maybe.
Well, she's all like, if I could just have him back for 1 minute, I could find out that recipe and keep his legacy going. And Ned's just like,
seems like somebody very specifically asked for me.
Yep. So then Ned says, like, Olive distracted them. I'm going to go in here. Which kind of makes me think, like, why can't we just bring Olive in to that part?
Oh, it's amazing that we've kept her out of it this
long. We brought her into, like, a lot of the detective stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, can we bring her into the fact that Ned has magic powers?
Right. Bring her into the secret. Like, just, yeah. Very interesting.
But we don't. So we wake up the Colonel.
I finally know what my birds felt like. Good woman, my bride. Let's do it. I got all 500 herbs and spices right up here. Better pull up a chair and grab yourself a pen.
That sounds like a long trip down the lazy river we don't have time for.
Nah, you can't rush goodness. That was murder, son.
Really?
We got some murder here.
Attack from behind. They were stealthy like a snake or a Yankee.
Okay, let's hit the headlines.
Damn Yankees.
With the time left over, we can circle back to the murder. But now I'm afraid time is up.
I hate to go, but at least I'm going delicious.
And as the colonel went back to being dead, Chuck faced the
You're just
consequences
like,
of
there's
her
a lot of
impulsive
lines
decision.
being crossed in this episode.
I don't regret.
And I love this whole bit.
Oh my god.
So Ned's basically like, they go, oh yeah, you died of a heart attack. And the missus wants to like keep your herbs and spices, and then he's like, why don't you sit down there? It's gonna take a while. Get a notepad and grab yourself a pen.
But we don't have that kind of time because 500
herbs and
spices.
But then Ned's like, fine, let's just do it. And then the guy's like, did you say heart attack?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, no, I not have a heart attack. Somebody pushed me in.
Right.
So murder.
So it's a murder case.
So, and then also, but he did say he has like a written down copy in his pocket, but it's gone.
It's gone.
So the murderer took it.
Somebody took the recipe.
Yep. And then, so Ned's like, all right, I'll figure out who did it. And then the colonel's like, well, I'm sad that I have to go, but at least I'm going delicious. Cannibalism.
And then just starts eating himself.
I hope it's just like a crisp thing and not like an actual. I mean, he's dead. Who cares? It's fine.
This episode crosses so many lines. This episode crosses so many lines. And we didn't even finish talking about all the lines it crosses. That was a line that we were supposed to stay behind. And we did not. We went across it. And now we're just waiting for the next one and just jump right over.
I thought it was funny. I like some dark humor. Listen, like I said, Brian Fuller also made Hannibal, which has way more cannibalism.
In this episode, a man is killed and then is brought back to life and uses his final moments to eat himself.
Just a little bit.
Just like a little nibble.
And like you can see like a bunch of crispy stuff on it, so maybe it's just a crispy thing. Like when you get like that little piece of like fried chicken, like crisp.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, like Pushing Daisies.
Pushing Daisies. I guess we was talking about it, but anyway.
Who now all stand a much better chance of winning. Proceed.
There's a dead body.
It's a tragedy.
What would you say if I told you I think the colonel was murdered?
Boo-hoo, more room at the top. Oh my god, you're not kidding. How could you possibly know that? We're just looking at his dead body.
Anyway, my educated hunch tells me that.
Tell all.
Oh, I know. It's like I
a murder
think
mystery alone before.
she's being the know at this
I'm
point.
not alone.
Aww.
Then now I'm going on an adventure.
Oh, I just got all tingly. And not just in the nether regions. Okay, how do we go about this?
Thank you, Olive.
So then we decide that the competition's going to keep going. Because the way I said, it's like it's okay. And then everybody else has a better chance of winning. So then Olive and Ned are kind of like, and Ned's kind of saying like, what if this is murder? And like they're actually solving, it's like so cute because they're doing a thing together.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay. Hopefully nothing will happen. Bad will happen.
Nothing bad happens.
Hopefully no scabs will be picked.
Hopefully everything stays nice and platonic. On both sides.
No, anyway. But like she's happy that she gets help out.
Yeah, yes.
And, but then
she
also
likes to be a part of things.
Holy smokes. Are ovens smoking? Sabotaged. I bet it was the beetle.
I bet it was the colonel's killer.
Oh.
I know that.
But then also they find out that somebody destroyed their oven and their pies have burned. So sabotage.
It's sabotage.
So we think that the killer is also the saboteur.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then also all upset because like no, they can't win.
Mm-hmm.
So sad.
Yeah.
But also,
One. It'll be just like leaving a baby on a doorstep, only the tail end of things.
Huh. And the point of this would be, say, what?
Closure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got a feeling the body we find is gonna give you anything but closure. By Dwight Dixon.
I was wondering.
problem solved.
That's nice. That's a good full circle.
What was Dwight Dixon?
Let's go back to Chuck and Emerson. So they're at the cemetery, and they're like looking for the body, and they figure like, okay, we can bring it to like a cemetery, and like not cemetery, funeral home to like bury it.
Right. She's like, let's. It's kind of like dropping off a baby at an orphanage, except the opposite.
Yeah, because she's like worried it's like an old lady might have who was insomniac and was bringing.
Right.
And
yeah. She's imagining some very poor and unfortunate scenarios.
But fortunately, the dead body was Dwight Dixon. He did.
It's very convenient.
It's convenient, but are you okay? What are you feeling?
It's just very convenient. I think I'm gonna wait until the end of the episode to share my thoughts on this.
Well, we find out that the reason that Dwight was there was because he assumed that Chuck stole the watches.
Yeah.
And then brought his gun, so followed them to the cemetery and was gonna kill them.
Yeah, he had like a whole sniper laid out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. Let me show you something.
How's your anxiety?
A rifle?
Not if you killed him first.
Why would he want us dead?
As is traditional, the why in this case was met with an equal and opposite because. Dwight's mind reeled at the sight of the pie maker and Chuck desecrating Charles's grave, and, as is traditional, he decided to put an end to the thing he did not understand. But as all his reasoning and unbelief...
If I hadn't have kept my dad alive, I'd have been murdered
The
twice.
problem solved. All the problems are solved.
And Ned, he'd be gone too. By accidentally killing Dwight, lights up 3 points on our side of the cosmic scoreboard.
See?
Save that butt.
And then but then he saw them at Charles' grave, and was I guess he thought they're desecrating it or something.
Yeah, he was just very confused about
and
the
I
whole
was
thing.
thinking a lot, which took 61 seconds.
Mhm.
So he did. So
Yeah.
all of our problems are solved.
So all of
our dad's back, Dwight's dead.
Great. That's all, folks.
So they're all right, maybe just better if we just bury the body here.
Right.
So Emerson gets shovels. That's the plan. Chuck's having some anxiety-induced hallucinations.
Yes, she is.
Dwight, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's
that's fine. He is he comes back through hallucinations to prod her guilt a little bit. Beep 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 beep. You're so guilty.
Feelings.
Couldn't change the fact that you have royally screwed up.
Shut up.
Who are you talking to?
Shut up. Nothing. No one. I didn't need to talk to anyone about anything because my conscience is clear.
Is
Good,
it?
then grab a shovel.
Ned will never forgive you.
I mean, so Chuck's fine, right?
Honey, you didn't even tell Ned.
She's going to. She doesn't, but she's going to.
She will have to at some point.
So then we go back to the cooking contest, and we find out that also the saboteur took all the stuff they need to make pies.
Mm-hmm.
But Ned says, "No, we're still staying in. We gotta find the killer."
Mm-hmm.
Doy. Chuck's fine.
Sabotaged our oven. The flame won't shut off.
Let it burn. Maybe it'll destroy this building and all its memories of almost winning with the cleansing power of flame.
There's a lot to process
staying in the
in this
contest.
episode.
Yeah?
We need to keep competing as a cover
I
story to
know.
investigate Colonel Lincoln's murder.
I stopped by the pie hole, but it was closed, and yes, I was crying.
Why is the pie hole closed?
Good question.
She aimed a shotgun at his privates and told him to stay away from us, but half of us is me, and I don't want him away. I want him close.
Should we
Vivian,
tell
it's,
her?
Good to see you.
Unromantic partners, like a brother and a sister. Like an asexual, androgynous brother and a sister. Mind me?
But lying to yourself about love never works.
Don't pick open the scab, Vivian.
Keep lying and looking.
You good?
Oh,
Boy, do I understand.
oh,
found
honey,
something.
no.
As they're getting stuff set up, Vivian arrives at the contest. It's basically I went to the pie hole, but nobody was there. And then Ned's like, what? But then also there, but she's because she's upset about Dwight. And then Vivian's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you two were doing a thing and living away from your man. And Elf's like, no, no, but obviously
Yeah.
And then Vivian decides to pick at the scab.
Vivian, we made such great progress. We made such great progress through this season, where we didn't have to worry about that, where we let the sleeping dogs lie, and you just came in with a couple of pots and pans and started banging the shit out of them.
I think that
and now the sleeping dogs are no longer lying.
I think that the feelings were still there, but she was able to just kind of
she was able to, but they were but it was like a scab. The wound was still there, but it just had a nice layer over it that meant it was healing. It's not gone, but it's healing. And then she just went, chirp, chirp, chirp. Scab flies off. And here we are, back at it again.
Yep. And, but then Vivian leaves, and, Ned's, like, checking the oven, and he finds some, like, maple syrup.
Yeah.
Toxic soot with a dash of DNA. Only one chef here uses pure maple syrup.
The waffle Nazi.
Good. Chuck had seen dead bodies caught before, but this was different. This was just her guilty mind giving rise to her guilty feelings.
You just got guilty. And we find out that it's that there's like a waffle place called I think it's like the Waffle Iron.
The Waffle Iron.
Yep. So we gotta go get the head of the guy, which is their waffle Nazi. Oh, you were so not okay with this, and it was great.
I know, but it just took me by surprise because they didn't say because they're like it was just like this combined moment of realization that seemed like it was going to be completely innocuous, and then turned out because they didn't say like, oh, because they're trying to find out who is the only person that uses maple syrup in the recipe. So they're like, there's only one person that uses the syrup in the waffle recipe, and instead of being like, it's like, oh yeah, it's the Waffle Iron, we have to go talk to the Waffle Nazi. It's just this combined moment of there's only one person who, uses maple syrup, and they both look at each other and with like dead seriousness in both their eyes, they go, the Waffle Nazi.
Did they say? I always forget. Did they say the Waffle Nazi or der Waffle Nazi?
I think it was just the Waffle Nazi.
Okay.
But I was so taken aback by that because I just wasn't expecting it.
Well,
Not that it's funny, but I just I just was not expecting it, and then it just came in and just punched me in the face, and I was like, because that was not. You see, there's another line that we just like scooty-dooted right over, and I was not expecting that today because we already had KFC, where the C stands for cannibalism. We already had Kentucky Fried Cannibalism, and now we have Waffle Nazis, and that is on top of the necromancy of a woman's father, and I'm just not ready for it today, okay? Just not ready for it. So I may have reached my limit.
We'll say this: he's not dressed up as a Nazi.
No, it's just German.
I think under the waffle, I know there was like the eagle thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he was in lederhosen, so it's fine.
Ja, ausgezeichnet, wunderschön.
You're gonna translate that, right?
It's trust me.
You're editing this, so you can just.
I get to add my German translations.
That waffle Nazi is likely our saboteur.
Find the saboteur, find the killer.
You're just not.
Any evidence linking waffle Nazi to
Oh my
Colonel
God.
would wrap this case up.
It's crazy. It's like imagining us as hobbits or on jetpacks.
No, Ned's an
Or
elf.
hobbits on jetpacks.
Heyo.
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 Romantically entwined. Panic.
Oh, Olive, honey.
4-hour heart attack of complete
Stop picking
impossibility.
Caitlin's already got a lot going on.
Savory, not sweet. Bursting with what's got to be like
Herbs and
500
spices.
herbs and spices.
It's the Colonel's secret recipe.
So we sneak over. We sneak over to his tent, which is illegal, by the way. Like you can't do that within the competition.
Mm-hmm.
But so we go over there, and we find like a bowl of like the waffle Nazis.
Yes, we find some Nazi bowls. Yes. And continue.
You're done.
I'm only just getting started. Let's go.
But then also we find a bowl of the Colonel's like recipe.
Mm-hmm.
So like we think that he's the killer / saboteur.
Yeah.
But then he comes in with Muffin Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
You have sabotaged mine irons.
Ooh, we didn't do that.
Since we got, you can kiss the cook off Auf Wiedersehen. It's goodbye in German.
I do not speak a word of German. I speak English, mit a German accent. Herr Licken and I were soon to become business partners.
Chicken and waffles?
Would have caught Popeyes with their pants down.
That's pretty good.
The pie hole is disqualified.
Aww. And he's also been sabotaged. Like his
his like.
So they think it's the pie hole guys, and they're like, no, And then we do find out that he's speaking German in a fake. He's speaking in a fake accent. He's American.
Right. Yeah. No, because Olive says something in German, and then he like has no idea what she's saying because he's putting on the accent for dramatic effect. He does not know ein bisschen Deutsch.
Okay.
Terrible.
But we find out that the reason that he had the colonel's like stuff was because they were about to go into business together, chicken and waffles.
Which is, you ever have chicken waffles?
No, I don't really want to.
Very good. I did not have it until my adult years, but I was very impressed when I had it.
Here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of waffles, and I don't love fried chicken.
I don't like deep fried hardcore fried chicken. I think when the chicken and waffles I've had has been just like basically like chicken tenders. And that's good. I can't do super fried food things because I was not put on this earth to be able to handle such things. But like, like middle of the road fried chicken I can do. I can't do like overly fried chicken.
Good times.
So yeah, good stuff.
So that's the thing. But then also Leo Burns comes into the tent and then like sees what's going on and bans the pie hole or disqualifies the pie hole because they were in the thing. And I think they think that they were the saboteurs or because they were just in another. But then also like Muffin Buffalo was as well. But I think like you could probably argue that like she was invited because I think if you're invited, it's okay.
I don't know.
Whatever. She's not disqualified.
She's not disqualified.
But the pie hole is. So that sucks. But let's wrap up with Emerson and Chuck for right now. Not with Chuck, but with
with Emerson.
So
here lies Dwight. Here lies his gun. He was bad. Now he's done. Let's go.
Amen.
All this and I still have to deal with my mother?
Don't you mean father? Lily. Oh. Well, he may disappoint. Men do that. What's with the shotgun?
we don't need to worry about Dwight right now. They bury Dwight and also Chuck's still having anxiety things.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's trying to think, like, oh, no, but, like, Dwight was going to kill us. So I was like, it's okay that, like, this happened. And then, like, her anxiety's like, no, because you didn't do anything. Because, like, it's technically Ned's powers that did this.
Right, because
you didn't tell him.
You used him.
You used him and you did not tell him.
Right.
So this is not good.
Right.
So, like, I think that's, like, one thing, because I think that's, like, a disadvantage of, like, Ned's powers of, like, if somebody found out and they did that, and it's like, well, I didn't do it, he did it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, like, it feels, so, like, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, no.
Mm-hmm.
You're hurting Ned. Don't
hurt him.
He's also a puppy that we need to, he's a more wounded puppy that we need to protect.
He's more like an adult dog that had a bad puppyhood. So, poor guy.
Yep. And they bury the body. They say some words.
Oh, what is it that Emerson says?
He lies Dwight. Here lies his gun. He was bad. Now he's dead. Let's go.
Yeah. It was
something like that.
Nice words.
And then Lily also comes to the cemetery, and also then Chuck has to hide, and Emerson has to distract her.
Right.
So we do that, and that's about that. I think that's basically it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we'll get back to Chuck later.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the pie hole, which is empty, which is strange because Chuck should be there.
She should.
A really bold detective team would sneak over for one last bit of recon before packing up their pots and pans for good.
So then Ned and Oliver are packing up their equipment because, again, they've been disqualified. And they're like, we've already been disqualified. Maybe we should go over to the Colonel's tent and go look for more evidence.
Right. That's like, they're already kicked out. Might as well go solve a murder while we're at it.
Yep. So then they go there and they, like, see a bunch of stuff on the floor, including what looks like sprinkles. And then this is where we cross the line because Olive eats the sprinkles.
Yeah, there's sprinkles on the floor and she's like, I'm gonna eat these. Why?
That's the biggest line we cross.
It's on the floor after multiple people have walked over it.
That's the biggest line we cross in this episode.
It stresses me out when people eat things after they've been on the floor.
This is how pandemics happen.
We're in a pandemic.
Well, they weren't when they made this.
They were not.
Still like 12 years before.
I love sprinkles. You love clues. Two great tastes that taste great together. Oh.
Painted plastic, cheap jewelry.
What did did you see?
The colonel was killed.
10-minute warning.
Oh, that's violent.
Hello.
Oh, honey. That's not good.
There's no good in freaking out, so don't go crazy and start, I don't know, kissing me or something ridiculous like that. Just because we're...
Well, that worked.
I only snuck in here to try to...
You're the saboteur.
But not the killer.
Sabotage is a
So, but then, like, she tastes them, and it's, like, not sprinkles, it's plastic.
Plastic.
And then they figure out to do it, and then, like, somebody comes out in the shadows and, I guess, hits them over the head with pans, and it's a muffin buffalo.
Yeah.
And then she kind of runs out and locks them in a trunk, and it's, like, very close quarters.
Yeah, and which is not helping with Olive's renewed infatuation.
Well, she's like, don't go crazy or anything, and don't start, I don't know, kissing me.
Yeah.
But then Ned kind of, like, pops out of the trunk and gets them over. So we find out that Muffin Buffalo is the saboteur.
Yes.
Because she wants to win, because then I think her business is, like, not doing well. But then also sabotage. Don't do that.
If there was a place that sold only muffins, would you frequent that place?
No. I wouldn't frequent the pie hole either.
Yeah, that's true. But I would buy buy things at both of those places. Not like all
Like,
the
that's
time,
why
but I
bakeries
would.
exist that sell multiples of those things.
Yeah.
So that you can go... Well, I mean, I try to avoid bakeries just because they're unhealthy, but...
Oh, I like baked goods, though.
I do. I mean, it's the holidays, too. We can have all the baked goods we want.
Yay! I want cookies. Oh, wait, I just remembered. I think my mother is making cookies.
You said that earlier today.
Yes, but now I just remembered.
I remember, like, the last
after
time,
watching this.
I remember, like, last year when your mom was baking cookies and we just ate all the burnt ones.
Yeah.
They were good.
That was on my birthday, right?
No. Yes, and then also because I was over the week before to record.
Oh, yeah. So you got a double dose of my mother's burnt cookies. Even the burnt ones are very good. Family recipe. So good stuff. Not the burning part. The burning part isn't the family recipe.
But, like, somebody's got to eat them.
Somebody's got to eat them. And
might as well be us.
It's might as well be me.
So, meanwhile, Leo Burns comes into the Kentucky, like, thing.
I need that blue ribbon prize if Muffin Buffalo is to roam again.
You doing the sabotage, though.
Reminds me, I forgot to report your disqualification to the judges, which I'm going to do right now.
You're the killer.
Hey, me? Look at me.
Basically bans Muffin Buffalo and then bans the Pile for life, but then we realize he never turned them in. But then as we're doing that, Ned notices, like, the track marks.
Yeah.
I realized it was Leo's, like, wheelchair thing. And he's like, you're the killer. And then they found all these clues, including the fact that he has the recipe.
Yes.
So
it turns out
the facts are these.
The facts are these.
Did the colonel spatter when you deep fat fried him, you sick son of a bitch?
Yay!
This will.
We did it.
Colonel's secret recipe.
You're busted, Tubby.
One day, he chose to drown his sorrows in a bucket of Colonel Lickin's Southern Fried Chicken.
Happens to the best of us.
And soon the Colonel's unique blend of 500 herbs and spices were all Leo could eat. Diabetes, obesity, and night blindness were all quick to follow the coated volumes of wings, breasts, and thighs Leo ate. Leo volunteered as this year's comfort food coordinator, waiting for the Colonel to make his annual appearance, which would become his final appearance.
Leo Burns was like pretty healthy, but also lonely, so he decided to, like, eat a bucket of...
Drown his sorrows in fried chicken.
And he did that a lot, and then he gained weight, and like, a lot of health issues, and then he blamed the Colonel for that, and decided to become like the coordinator for this competition in order to murder.
Yes, because he wanted to get revenge for losing his, I don't know,
health.
Yeah. Here's a question though: Is this part of the episode? Is this fat shaming? Is this making fun?
I think the bit
of people who are overweight, like this, because that's what I was wondering. I felt like that, like watching this, I felt like is this part like not antiquated, but like a little outdated after the like post body positivity movement.
I think a lot of the stuff might be considered outdated.
Yeah,
but I
guess
like for me, I'm kind of forgiven if like you watch something like back in the past and like see where we are. Like it probably wasn't okay to make fun of it then, but it was also more acceptable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, yeah, right. I know what you mean.
Like, even like what was I think the joke, the one with the lawyer of like, in the last episode of like, it was acceptable to make those jokes.
Right.
Like, nowadays it's kind of not. So like, I don't think like.
The culture's a little bit different where we don't make the jokes in that way anymore.
I guess I kind of find it funny because like Brian Fuller, like he seems like pretty like mainly hearing about like stuff like with like Hannibal, he seems like kind of very like aware of that stuff. He might become more aware as time went on.
Right.
Also
but it's one of those things that's like, I'm not sure you could have done that joke in 2020. And that's not like a dig at like the quote unquote PC police, because I don't want to get into that. But it's just like a shift in the culture has changed.
I think like
where it's like now watching it's a little like,
I do think with this episode they might have only had to change like his story and not really anything else, because like, but I think it's like a thing of like blaming somebody else for your problems.
Right. Yeah, but it's still one of those things. Like it's like because of the show's kind of whimsical nature. Like it's supposed to be kind of funny. I think it's supposed to be viewed as funny.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be like, haha, guy ate so much chicken he got fat and now he can't walk. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, so like, and he uses that as a motive for murder. Ha ha ha.
I mean, don't use that as a motive for murder.
Yeah.
But
like. Yeah, that's like there's a few different like similar things again with like the lawyer in the last episode and some other stuff like the second episode with like the Daisy car, and it was kind of like sort of funny with like
like with the
exactly like the bulimia.
I think
sort of humor. It wasn't a joke, but also kind of a joke. So that's kind of this is in that same realm of things that's like probably couldn't do that in the same capacity. Today.
Like I think like with those kind of jokes, like I think like you kind of can, but like you need to write it like really well.
Yeah, not even just like with, I guess, just like within a certain context and a certain level of awareness.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, but anyway, I just like I was wondering if I was the only one feeling that way, or if it comes across different, I think, in 2020 than it does in 2008.
Yeah, I'd say, but anyway. Pushing Daisies.
All entries must be on the judge's table in 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Leo never reported our disqualification.
20 seconds.
Ready? So he's arrested for murder because, and then also we remember that he didn't actually turn in the disqualification stuff, so everybody's still in.
Yeah.
And they still need, but like they only have like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
To bring something in, and the Muffin Buffalo's like, well, you don't have anything. But then Olive's like, but revenge is the dish best served cold. Mm-hmm. So she had made Ned as like an icebox lemon pie and like stored it just in case.
Just in case is plan B.
So then we're rushing to get our stuff on there.
Yay.
Ned starts his timer and go.
Mm-hmm. And it's a very long, slow-mo scene.
20 TV seconds. And slow motion. Go, Olive, go.
Now that I have the recipe, that nice donut man and I are gonna go into business together. Finger-licking donut holes.
Sounds delicious and filthy.
America's
In this year's annual comfort
Oh,
food
$10,000?
cook-off goes to the Pie Hole.
Yay!
I love Ned's surprise face.
It's like, oh, we did it! Solved a murder, won a contest.
Of rushing to get the
Olive uses the scooter in order to get the... Mm-hmm. But then they win and Muffin Buff... Or, like, they get the pie there before Muffin Buffalo gets her stuff there. So So hooray.
Yay.
And then the pie hole wins. Yeah. And everybody's and like they're all happy. Olive's really happy. She's got a blue ribbon that's like as big as her.
Yeah, good for her.
And then like Ned kind of like holds out his hand.
Aw. Just wants to hold a hand.
For her, and then they like go like that. And then she's like, but then the scab gets ripped off.
the scab is just fully off right now. We are back at it again. We're back on our bullshit.
It's an eternal flame, as one would say.
Give me your hand, beating. Do you understand?
Again, if you have Kristen Chenoweth.
Or am I only dreaming? Is this burning?
Very nice. Eternal. So, because of course, Kristen, you have Kristen Chenoweth, you gotta make her sing again.
Yes.
So she sings.
Eternal flame, and like it's still there, but then also gets interrupted by first like Ned being like wondering where Chuck is.
Mm-hmm.
It's Chuck.
It's Olive.
No, it's Chuck. I don't know where she is.
No, I don't mind.
Sorry to leave you with a mess.
I'm used to the mess.
Amen, sister.
Olive.
Huh?
Congratulations, partner.
Oh.
Congratulations to you too, partner.
Or am I only dreaming? Or is this burning and eternal? Come on, wait for the big note.
And like saying like I'm gonna go look for her, sorry about the mess, and then again saying like coming back saying like congratulations, partner.
Yeah. So it's like, I think it's a good show of like Ned again opening up himself to people.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there is in no way intention of like it being a romantic gesture at all. I think, but like just as him opening himself up to like friendship.
Yeah, because I think like before he just would have been like man whatever, but like now he's like
yeah. But now he's like, he's kind of liking it.
Hooray!
Which is good. But unfortunately for Olive, that also means a revival of like feelings.
The eternal flame. Anyway, want to get to the end?
Yeah, let's get to the end.
All right,
let's
so Ned
do it.
Goes to Vivian and Lily's.
I forgot to bring. But while I'm here, I was also wondering if you knew where I might find Dwight Dixon.
Ninth circle of hell, if there's any justice.
Probably.
Hey, you got a squatter in your old digs over there?
Yeah, because because the pie hole closed, was closed the day, and it wasn't supposed to be closed, so he's worried about, where Chuck could be.
So he's like kind of like wondering if like Chuck's around, even though like they wouldn't have seen her and like whatever. But then Lily's like, "Do you have somebody in your old house?"
Yeah.
So then Ned's like obviously concerned, like, "Oh no, like Dwight has Chuck hostage."
Right.
So then he runs up, and then is like, "What's?" And then sees like Chuck, and she's like, "Fine."
I'll find out.
Hey, Cailin.
Yeah.
How's this gonna end?
Poorly.
I was worried. I thought.
Charlotte. It's okay, Dad.
Dad?
I was gonna tell you.
And then he hears another voice, and then she's like, "It's all right, Dad." And then Ned's like, "What?"
Dad.
And then turns around, sees Charles.
I
think like that like look of like it's kind of like I guess like Lee Place just has like that kind of like like it's really like subtle, just like
he's so good at those like micro expressions on the face. He's excellent at it.
Because like he's like you didn't. Because it's bad. Like doing that and not doing that to Ned, who already has a bunch of issues with this.
Already got it. Yeah.
You know, like, especially considering that, like, that's how your dad died in the first place.
Right, yes, yeah.
He's got so much trauma.
Mm-hmm. And look where we are.
And then credits.
You did it. You ruined a perfectly good pie maker. Look at him. He's got anxiety. And that's it. Yay.
You okay?
So we don't get to address those problems today.
No, but we will.
Not at all. We will, but not right now. Cliffhanger, fun stuff. I'm doing swell.
Did you like this episode?
I did like this episode. Because it just like
it's a lot.
It was just like a lot of like because it's one of those things that starts off like me being like extremely not okay and like kind of like levels out kind of as we go on, because like the ending part, it's like one of those things where like, well, it's already done, so like now we just have to confront it, but like the beginning, man, was I not okay. And so yeah, man, that's a lot to like do that, because I didn't think we were going to go there. I at least didn't think we were going to go there in the second season. Like, this is theoretically if we were, the show was on for a longer time, like I would have expected, because they were pretty firm on the first season. It's like, we ain't bringing your dad back because that's traumatizing as hell. And I thought we had kind of like not fully shut the book on it, but like we're willing to put it down for a while. But except we brought it back in the middle of the second season. I thought that was kind of sooner than I was expecting it to come back. But it's here. We did it. And so yeah, so that was a thing. What I wanted to say was I didn't know how to feel, and that's a lie because I kind of know how I feel. But about the person that was, the person who had to go after the 60 seconds, it being Dwight, because that kind of felt a little too clean for me. Like, I'm not sure if it's something that ends up being complicated later, which, like, I guess we have to wait and see. But to me, it felt kind of a little too neatly wrapped in the way where it's like, oh, well, he was going to kill you anyway. So instead, you saved lives by him kicking the bucket instead of, like, a random person or, like, somebody else who was nearby. Because like, in the middle of this episode, like, I'm, like, coming to this realization, like, I thought it was going to be Lily, because because the last thing that we see from her is a note that says, meet me in the graveyard. So, like, we could have been under the impression that she was there and she was the one who was, like, around the area. And so then I thought that would have been a really good, hey, you got to face the consequences of your actions, because that was a huge action, like, that Chuck did. Like, that was a big thing that has big consequences.
Yeah.
And I think if that was the equivalent exchange there, I think that would have answered, like, a lot. Like, that would have been something, not in a way that, like, Lee would stay dead, because then I think it would have ended up with being like, okay, we have to bring her back, but then do this, blah, 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 blah. But, like, I think it would have been a bigger kind of hard look, a bigger impact, and a bigger hard look. It says, like, if you're doing something serious, like, it's going to have serious action. So that's why this felt a little too clean for me, because it felt like, oh, well, this result, it ended up theoretically saving people anyway, because he was gonna take you out with the sniper anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, I was I think I was a little disappointed by that. I mean, it's one of those things where you're like, you like the characters, you're happy it works out for them, and I don't know what's gonna happen in these future episodes, so who knows, like, what exactly is working out. But, like, I think we needed to complicate it a little more, and maybe I'm not looking far enough ahead to see, like, how that's going to further complicate things outside of what we know already. But, like, it's one of those things where I think, like, an action this big should have, like, been way messier in its results, in its aftermath.
Yeah, I think I'll say, like, with the bit where, like, you see, like, Lily, like, writing the note and going to the cemetery, it kind of, like, it was daytime when she was writing it, and then clearly all that stuff happened at night. That made me think, like, oh, like, obviously Lily was, like, in the room for a while.
Yeah.
And then what I'll say about the Dwight thing is, like, yes, it does kind of seem, like, clean cut, and that's kind of all I can say right now. So, but, like,
I mean, I expect and I hope it does get more complicated, because, like, again, like, that's what you need if you're setting this up to be a big thing, like, you got to make it a big thing. And if you're setting it to be like this was a negative action by a character, like, it needs to have consequences. So, like, we'll see, but, like, it was one of those things where, like, in the moment I was like, oh, like, that feels a little too clean, and I was half expecting it to go that way, and it ended up going that way.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, but it's I mean, what an equivalent exchange it would have been, as far as, like, exchanging one parent for your other parent, which is very messed up. Like, that's very messed up. But this whole thing is very messed up. So, like, that's kind of how I feel about that. As somebody who's watching this for their first reaction.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I can't say anything else.
You can't say, and I don't want you to say anything else.
I guess because, like, the big, I feel like if they did that happen with Lily, that would have been, like, this show is like kind of dark, but it's also whimsical. That would have been like so dark.
Yeah.
If they would have went there, and I don't know, like maybe like for the second season they didn't feel like they could go there just yet.
Yeah, well then I didn't think that they were going to go this far either with this, because that's heavy. I guess if that's something that you find heavy, but anyway, so that's how I feel about that.
And we'll get to stuff later. Anyway, do you want some trivia? Mm-hmm. Okay, Olive sings Eternal Flame by the Bangles in this episode. Through the neon sign says "Come and Sleep Hotel." The notepad on which Lily leaves her note is imprinted with the words "Come and Sleep Motel."
Oh.
So Beth Grant, who played Mary Ann Marie Beatles, the Muffin Buffalo, also appeared as the same character in an episode of Wonder Falls.
Oh.
I think that's where Fullerverse comes in, but like I think it's like very like you don't need to watch like all the shows.
Mm-hmm.
In order, yeah. All right, so that's those episodes, and Cailin's gonna breathe again. Well, there was a cliffhanger.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
You want to read comments?
I'm not okay. Sure, we can read some comments.
Okay. Where were we? I think Zom said some stuff about.
Zom said some stuff. Yeah, I think we are up to Circus.
Yeah. Because he said, Zom, tell us about, is this about your book, the Buddy Cop's hero story?
Yeah, the book is because we were asking about your book because you were writing a book.
If you want to send us stuff, send it to our email, woodyclothes@gmail.com.
Yeah, do it. I'm not sure if you're expecting feedback or anything, but we just kind of more for enjoyment purposes.
Yeah.
I don't know any publishers or people who do that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're not that special yet.
Right, yeah, no, because trust me, I'm working on my own stuff. So
am I, and it's.
Anyway, so wattpad.com/Emerson, read my stuff.
And then we got Jack Banksky.
Oh yeah, Jack Beniski has just been commenting on a bunch. I love these one-word comments on all of our Gravity Falls videos, and so I'm glad you enjoyed them. I guess. Yeah. I'm just gonna ream through these like in order that they were posted. Some just commented. Yeah, we'll save that one until next time, because was literally commented 2 hours ago. Hey,
okay,
what's up? So anyway, I'm just gonna read this. Let's see. Awesome video, great content. Loved the interview feels. Thank you, appreciate it. And then it says great video, great commentary. Nice, cool. Loving your channel, fun. So thank you, Jack. I'm glad that you are appreciating all of our videos. So like, thanks for commenting. We appreciate the comments, and as you know, we do read your comments out on the show.
We do. Yeah,
we try our best. But thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you for watching this episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you have a comment, we will hopefully read it if we remember.
Yeah, we try our best.
Which 2 women who are trying their best.
That's us. That's the subtitle of this podcast.
Yep. And we are also on Facebook, facebook.com/WoodyClothes, so you can like and comment there or tag us and stuff, whatever. Mm-hmm. We're on Twitter @WoodyClothes, so you can follow us there and retweet at us or retweet our stuff if you want to. That kind of thing. We are, what else are we on?
We have a Gmail.
We have a Gmail, woodyclothes@gmail.com. Patreon. We're starting to do monthly live streams and monthly or bi-monthly watching stuff. We did an exclusive live stream here, probably depending on when this episode comes out.
Yeah.
We already did that, but that's exclusive on Patreon. So if you want to do that, then you have to, yes. If
give us money.
Give us money.
There's probably a nicer way of saying that, but like,
the live streams are Patreon exclusive for only like the $1 tier if you want to do that, and then we'll have more stuff eventually.
But that doesn't include the end of series live streams. Those are 2 different things.
Yes, end of series live streams do not count. Those are
public.
Those are public for everybody.
Everybody.
The hangouts just like us chilling, talking about stuff, maybe drinking. Me mainly drinking.
Maybe like a little bit.
A little bit.
Drinking.
Or eating.
Probably a lot of eating from me. I'm very hungry right now and always.
That's true. We are on iTunes if you want to rate, review, and subscribe there. We are on Spotify if you want to follow us there.
Yay.
I don't know if you can leave ratings on Spotify.
I don't know anything about. I don't have a Spotify, so like, don't ask me about that.
You can get one for free.
I know, but at this point, it's more out of spite than anything that I don't have one. I think
I
it's because
just
everyone
have-
else has one. I just don't want to.
I just have like some podcasts that are exclusive to Spotify and it's still free. Like people were so upset about like I think like when Joe Rogan did that, I'm like, but it's still free.
Right.
So who cares? And we don't have an Instagram, but we might be getting one if you guys think we should.
If you think we should, but like it's not whatever.
And we're never getting a Tumblr.
No, I already have my own private Tumblr and I use that to just reblog things that make me happy.
But anyway, so that's it for this episode. Join us next time. We're going to talk about season 2, episode 9, The Legend of Murramaquoddy, and episode 10, The Norwegians.
Just all of them?
All of the Norwegians.
There's a lot there. There's many who are there. Okay, well let's buckle up.
All right.
I'm gonna have to bring a lot more cookies if we're gonna have to, entertain all of these Norwegians. So,
hi Norway.
How's it going?
Anyway, for this episode of First Action Fan Reaction, I'm Dara Whitman.
I'm Cailin Clothier.
Peace. You're not okay.
Not okay?
No.
Okay.
That was a lot.
I need a drink into a stupor.
That's not even alcohol.
I wish it was.
Do you? We have alcohol.
It's okay.
Oh, there's so many faces. Do you want to?
Okay, we should probably talk
If you can do an edit of just like that.
Alright, let's discuss.
Okay. Bye.
Oh man.
Do it. Let's get out of here.
No, wait, we need a priest or a rabbi or somebody to say something.